parents decided to give me money. I didn't even ask them for it. So now suddenly I've got more money than I can actually spend. What shall I do? Beer. People are going to have to help me, but I'm sure there'll be some volunteers for that little task, right? So yes, so I'm still doing pretty well. Physically I'm doing really well, amazing really. My legs, I'm still fully mobile on my two legs and can still just about make it to the littles, but only because I'm a nut job sort of thing. But still pretty good on my feet, getting like weedy on the physical, but I can still do a bit of gardening here and that. And yesterday I even went to Bodmin and bossed some people around in the garden, so got to see the dogs in their own environment. So that's all good. Basically seems to be having a bit of a sort of a pause period in my sort of deterioration. So considering they were only offering me 6 months to start off with, and this is like month 8, you can imagine I'm pretty happy with it all, really. It's kind of like the no-lose scenario, isn't it, really? We can only go on the sort of, the palliative nurse's sort of lifelong experience, but she reckons, I might, at the extreme end, I might even make it to Christmas or something like that. That would be quite a long, the extreme end of the graph kind of thing. But who knows, eh? I've gone into stubborn mode. So that totally cheers me up, because I live in my sort of capsule area inside. And that's my sort of survival capsule to be terminally ill in. And then I come out to the air, and then I'm in my garden. This is why I come out to do some living. This is the living part of it, is out here. So what I'm talking about, I'm not going to tell you a story today. I'm going to warn you about the story next time. There was a boat, the New Orient. It was 100 and something plus foot, so a brand new aluminium sailing schooner built in Holland, so years ago, and I was the first skipper for its like first trials and its first sailing. And this boat, the New Orient, is quite an unusual design for with a lifting keel and pretty much designed for like a boat you could take anywhere, a boat you could cruise anywhere in all kinds of circumstances. And I was the first skipper for this boat, and I spent a month in Enkhuizen in Holland, off the IJsselmeer, doing the final preparation for its maiden voyage. But while I was based there, handy Irish pub right next to where my boat was moored, so the whole operation was organised from the pub. I had my desk and my office was in the Irish pub. But it's okay, I did some work as well, trust me. No, and then anyway, so next time I'm going to tell you the cruising and the sailing I did with this boat in the Orient. It's a lovely boat, and she went some places. And yes, apart from that, here in the boatyard, all the big works are over, and my plants and beds are growing absolutely fantastically, and it was really going quite bizarrely well, as it were. The whole business of being ill was going well. It's hard to sort of picture and kind of have an image of the situation. It's hard to image it quite often, sometimes, do you know what I mean? Kind of like different degrees of how dying you are today. It's kind of quite difficult to sort of phrase those kind of concepts to people, so mainly I just ignore it. My main achievement is pretty much finish the garden now. Everything's pot's about the right size, everything's about right. It just needs the stuff to grow like bonkers now, so I'm feeding it to a degree of lunacy so they get going. But I've got a good hope for that garden now, really. Another couple of weeks, it's going to be absolutely solid flowers here. I am forcing them as like a bit just to keep them going. But yeah, it's going to be a proper garden here then. And it does help, like when I wake up, because like I wake up and it's like, yeah, oh yeah, it's me, what am I doing? Oh yeah, dying, yeah, it's great. And then I go out the back and it's like garden, and then I don't have to worry about all that. I can just blank it all out, no problem. My short-term memory now is like so fundamental that you know, if I don't like something, I just have to think about something else for 20 seconds, and whatever I didn't like, I'll forget it. So it's really quite easy. So if you want an extreme low stress environment, completely lose your memory, then you will never have any problems. Simple. Why don't we all do that? It's obvious. I myself am really extremely happy with my situation, frankly. I'm the sort of person I always assume the worst case in the first instance and take everything as a bonus afterwards, because that's the basis of rationality. So really I wasn't expecting to make it past in May personally. For me, myself, everything would be total bonus, and now it's like, you know, mid-August or whatever, and still going strong. I'm still on my 2 feet, which is outstanding, frankly. Outstanding. I can't tell you how happy that makes me. If you could imagine, I'd been sort of, I could have been, I could have spent the last 3, 4, 5 months blind, incontinent, unable to stand, and a whole vast list. I looked at the list of sort of symptoms you could have in order of what you were likely to get, and I really think I was basically pretty damn lucky, frankly. I've got nothing to complain about there, that's for damn sure. Smudgy vision, a few bad memory. There's not a lot to complain about compared to what some people end up with. But yeah, my endless palliative life, as it were, continues now. If I can make it to the middle of December, then I'll have made a whole year of dossing. Now, if I'd known I was going to have that much time, I could have done something a lot more useful with the time available. So they could have told me beforehand, couldn't they? I think it's very badly organised, these illnesses. Terrible organisation. Really is. It wouldn't happen on my ship, I'll tell you.